Hi Panthers! In this tutorial we're going to show you how to start your Panther portfolio. So how to find one to save to your Google Drive, how to rename it so that you always use the same one and you don't have to be opening it time and time again, and then lastly how you can share with your advisory teacher so that if you need help they can look at it too. So you're going to come over here, we're in week 5. And we're starting here on September 13th. This is on student-led conference prep. So if you notice here, it says download a copy of my Panther portfolio. Really, this won't be a download. This will be making a copy into your Google Drive online. So it says, would you like to make a copy of my Panther portfolio 2022? And you can say make a copy. Because some of you were here last year and we used the same format. So you might end up having multiple in your Google Drive. It's helpful to have the dates in the title. Another thing that's helpful is to rename it with your name. So it's loading all of the graphics and slides here on the side. And where it says copy of my, we can just change that to your name. Jessica Schoen Panther Portfolio 2022. That way, if I'm going to share it with my teacher, they know whose it is. And that way, if I'm looking for it in my own drive, I know what year we're looking at. Then you can come over here to share. This is if your advisory teacher wants you to share it with them. So they'll have the chance to tell you if they need this step or not. But I found this is helpful for me in my advisory classes is you hit the share button and then you can type in the email address at Granite SD of your teacher. This way, they'll be able to have access to your Panther portfolio also. So if you're doing your conference virtual with your parents and having trouble pulling it up at home for yourself while you're on the Zoom, then your teachers can pull it up too. They can reference it and look at it as well. So you'll pick the teacher you're going to share it with and send it. Make sure before you send it that it does have your name in it. Otherwise, your teacher is going to get like 20 copies of my Panther portfolio and not know which one's which. The last thing we're going to do in this tutorial is show you how to find it in your Google Drive and even store it in a more effective way. So you can open a new tab, and then when you open a new tab in Google, you get this waffle icon. This lets you access the Google apps without having to type in a different website or re-log in. So then come over here to your drive. Mine's loading a little slowly. Okay, this shows me suggested files that it thinks I want to work on, asks me if I want to create a workspace, gives me hidden. This is in the priority mode. So you might realize that it doesn't show all of the documents you've been working on recently. That's going to be over here in My Drive. So I'm going to click on that, and now I can see folders that I have for my different classes. I teach U.S. History, I teach Utah Studies, I teach Latinos in Action. And then what I'd recommend is making a folder for the Panther portfolios that you create while you're here. So I clicked on New. What am I going to make a new one of? A new folder. Now I can say Panther portfolios. And maybe I'll even add SLC. So if I look for it later for SLC prep, I can do a search. Now it's going to be here at the top because my drive is sorted by last modified, meaning my most recently used things are always first. You can also sort it though to be organized by the name and have it by, this is going backwards in the alphabet, or I could click the alphabet or the arrow button and now it's going forwards alphabetically. But I want it by last modified, most recent at the top, and I'm going to move right here my recently named folder into the Panther Portfolios SLC folder. And now every semester where we make one, so we have a student-led conferences now in September, and we'll do it again in February. And then every year that you're here at Kearns Junior High, we're going to be keeping our data for student-led conferences. You can have it all in one place. And that way you'll know how to find it later to access some of your data and your previous goals and to be able to share it with your family. So this has been how to make a copy of the Panther portfolio, how to put your name on it. You can also name it here if you want. You can edit that title. And then how to organize it in your Google Drive so that you can find it in a folder.